Georgia, we're learning about the death of a 12-year-old following a fight with another middle school student. Authorities say Jada West got into a fight after getting off the school bus near her home. During that altercation, we're told she fell hard and lost consciousness. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. On Monday, the Douglas County school system released a statement saying, in part, we extend our heartfelt condolences and prayers to her family and loved ones during this very difficult time. She will be remembered by her teachers, her classmates, and all who knew her. Any situation that results in harm to a child is one we take with the highest level of urgency. Now, this remains an ongoing investigation. We will continue to bring you the latest details on air and online.
As a school administrator, you get used to dealing with difficult situations and reading difficult stories. But there are some that still make you pause. In this job, you spend a lot of time thinking about safety, responsibility, and the decisions young people make. And when something like this happens, it forces you to take a step back and not only ask some hard questions, but also make some hard critique. And oftentimes to say the things that others aren't willing to say. A 12-year-old girl has lost her life due to medical complications stemming from a fight at a school bus stop. This while others stood around watching and filming. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Admin Angle, where we examine public education from the other side of the desk. Today's story out of Douglas County is tragic. A 12-year-old girl, Jada West, has died after a fight with another student shortly after getting off of a school bus. According to reports and a cell phone video, the argument started on the bus and continued at the bus stop, where the two girls fought. Jada fell, later collapsed, and died days later after suffering severe brain injuries. The video is playing in the background. But while the video is playing, let me say this plainly. This is not just a tragedy. It's a window into education and what teachers face on an almost daily basis. This is also a failure of culture, where we consistently shrink back into the lowest common denominator. Because what you see in that video, kids surrounding a fight, recording it, instigating it, cheering it on instead of stopping it, that behavior did not appear out of thin air. It makes me shudder when I see students behave in this way because I know the ramifications. On top of that, our kids are marinating in a culture where conflict resolution means to fight, yell, and argue. Our children see it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, reality television, music videos. Everything tells them the same lie. Don't let someone disrespect you. Be loud. Be argumentative. Every environment is the same. No couth, no decorum, no etiquette. If someone disrespects you, you fight. But the truth, the real truth is this. Walking away is strength. Resolving conflict sometimes means taking accountability. You see, somewhere along the way, we stopped teaching that. Let me address something else that is already being discussed in this story. Bullying. The family has stated that Jada had experienced bullying after transferring to Mason Creek this school year.
The new girl in the neighborhood, the new student at Mason Creek Middle School, one who the family says had to deal with bullying at school.
And if that is true, then that is a serious issue that absolutely should be investigated. But we also have to be honest about something. Bullying and this fight are two separate incidents. If bullying occurred inside the school building, then that should have been handled through the school's reporting procedures, investigations, and disciplinary process. But what we saw in this video was something different. That was two students making the decision to fight in front of a crowd of other students who chose to watch, record, and encourage it. Schools investigate bullying. Schools discipline bullies. But once a physical fight begins, that becomes a completely different violation under the Student Code of Conduct. And that distinction matters, because when everything gets labeled as bullying, we stop teaching children something important. You still have choices in how you respond. Now let me address something else. The school district said the fight happened off campus and outside of school hours. Legally, that may be true. But as an administrator, I will tell you something parents need to understand. In Georgia, bus stops are generally considered extensions of the school environment because buses utilize those stops to conduct school operations. In this case, transporting students to and from school. If the conflict starts on the bus, if students ride the bus together, and if it spills into the bus stop immediately after dismissal, the school absolutely has a responsibility to respond through the student code of conduct. And if I were an administrator in that building, I would seek counsel on whether I could administer swift and appropriate consequences. And those consequences would not stop with the 2 students who fought. Everyone who instigated it, encouraged it, or filmed it while the fight escalated would also be facing consequences. Because this idea you can gather around violence like it's entertainment is part of the problem. Not one student tried to de-escalate the situation. No, wait, let me take that back. There was a student who simply said, "Let's keep the peace." Whether jokingly or serious, those words carry weight. All it takes to de-escalate a situation like this is one student, whether jokingly or serious, to speak the words of,
"Let's push the peace! Let's push the Michael, peace! Go on! Go, Michael!"
and in that moment, that student was dismissed, which further shows you that those in this incident wanted violence. They wanted something to happen. But when someone dies, now there is an uproar. Now, as for the legal side, police are reviewing the video and determining whether charges should be filed. From a school perspective, this is simple. Violence has consequences, and schools must enforce those consequences to the fullest extent of the code of conduct. But more importantly, we have to start teaching kids something that seems almost radical today. Not every conflict deserves a response. Sometimes the smartest move you can make is to walk away. Because in this case, a moment of pride turned into a funeral for a 12-year-old girl.
On Monday, the Douglas County school system released a statement saying, in part, we extend our heartfelt condolences and prayers to her family and loved ones during this very difficult time. She will be remembered by her teachers, her classmates, and all who knew her.